What is up, y'all? This is Dave again, drafting at the two. This one is one of the new ones that came out today. Um, I'm just gonna do my pick really quick, and then I'll show you guys which one it is. This is in preparation for the $50 one. I really want to do the $50 one, but I've been doing a bunch of the new $1 drafts. This isn't $1, by the way, but I'll show you which one it is. It's fine. So this is the I've been doing a bunch of these little Dalmatians, and so the drafts, the way they were going, it was just kind of throwing me off, and so I just figured before we get into this one, the Chow Chow, I want to get into this one just as a warm up. This is the mini Schnauzer, $3 entry, and obviously like you draft with 12 people, and then the top two advance, then 2 out of 10 advance, then 2 out of 8, and then 310 seat final. First place you could win 10,000 out of $3. Give me that. I will take that gladly. Great return on investment. Second place 7,000, third place 6,000, fourth place 5,000, so on and so on. So this is like the typical, best ball half PPR um, type of game or type of contest. One QB, two running backs, three wide receivers, one flex, one tight end, and 10 bench spots. So figured I'd warm up on this one. This is a new one that came out today. It's already about halfway filled. So I really want to get into it. I did like, I want to say maybe about 5 or 7 little Dalmatian drafts earlier today. And I did not like how my drafts were going too much. I think people tend to kind of um, experiment with those $1 ones, right? And see how that kind of goes. And I don't like that. So let me get into this $3 one. There is a better chance that we could make it to the final compared to that $1 one, anyways. And so this is kind of our warm up before we get into that $50, and then I'll show you guys what that contest is. Again, that $50, obviously, like if you spend more, except for like the Best Ball Mania, that's like 25. Their like flagship contest. That one is like pretty competitive. But that $50 one, the more you spend, the more chances you have to getting into the final. And it's a little bit better for you because you're able to get, obviously make money off of those contests rather than these like smaller $1, $3 ones, $5 ones. So I'm about to be up. Let's see here. So I did go with Bijan. Um, I'm fine taking Nico Collins here. So, I mean, I would have probably taken Rasheed Rice. I hope Rasheed Rice actually falls to me. If not, I might just reach on at Mecca. So Rice doesn't make it to me. I wish I would have gone with Rice. But you could actually argue that you could even go with Neighbors here. I know Neighbors has been on the rise, but let's go with Egbuka. Not going to go with Jeremiah Love. I could go with Kyron Williams, but it's fine. I'm going with something a little different here. Obviously, like if this is the $50 draft, I'd probably I'd probably go Rasheed Rice here. I know Nico Collins is probably a safe pick, but with Nico Collins, it's like, did you guys see that video of CJ Stroud? Like, dude, look heavy. Like, look at this guy. You know what I mean? Dude was walking with like his feet out like a duck. I mean, no shit. Like, I'm not trying to bash him or anything. Like, obviously, that's not something I'm trying to do. But dude looks, dude looks thick. You know. So obviously, like, with the $50 now, and this is why I'm doing this $3 draft in preparation for the $50 one, because in case I want to like, okay, maybe I should have done this. I should have gone with this pick. I should have gone with Rice better here rather than Collins. Um, this is why I'm doing this $3 draft first instead of like those $1 drafts that I was doing, and people are just like shooting for the stars, or they're just like messing around with the draft, and it's just kind of like throwing off my picks, is throwing my draft off. It's just I wasn't liking it, and so I just figured, all right, this one maybe people tend to take it a little more serious, and so here we are, right? And then usually I'll like talk about too about like the draft picks. Like nothing crazy has kind of been going on. I know that Malik Neighbors is starting to rise up a little bit again just because of his videos that was coming out in training camp. He's like running routes and all that. He's looking good. So obviously, like I'm not seeing anything too crazy. Like this team at one is actually looking pretty decent with Gibbs, Rice, and McBride. So we'll see who makes it back to me. I'm trying to make it go through this pretty fast so I can hopefully get in that $50 draft before I get to low late. So Jalen Waddle goes pick 39. Let's see who he goes with. And then let me just see like who is someone of interest. Obviously, if Tet makes it to me, that'd be lovely. Scatterbo, not Terry McLaurin, is also a great candidate here. Um, yeah, man, let's see who. Obviously, like Scatterbo doesn't make it. That would have been like a great pick. I was just gonna say like if Scatterbo makes it to me, that'd be great because obviously I just have the one running back and I didn't take Jeremiah Love. So Terrell McMillan, that would have been great. This team is actually looking really nice. Um, Luca runs one. Team's looking real nice here. But obviously, like with neighbors, he didn't get on the pup list for training camp. But obviously, like he's hurt. It was like before Terry McLaurin goes. So I am trying to see who I can get here. I don't like this like wide receivers here. Ugh. I'm not gonna go with Trevion. He shares the same bias. Bijan plus it's possible he's not gonna be a starter in his thing. I don't really go with Tuden very often, but I think it seemed like he was like early leader in the RV competition. Seems like he was possibly in the talks of like this guy might be good. Oh, I'm sorry. As far as like leading the back row on, like he just looked a lot better. So let's see here. I'm taking Carnell Tate because Carnell Tate is looking good, and the more I take him, the more I like him. I've been taking him pretty often. Let's look at this video real quick that I was just looking at. Dude looked like he jumped up high. Here you go. I don't even know if I could be showing this to be honest, but dude jumped high, man. He looked nice. Um, so obviously I think he's gonna be the wide receiver one. He's gonna look great. So yeah, in case you guys didn't know, like this is your first time just watching this video or whatever, I do try to have fun with this. This is like my downtime after I put my daughter to sleep. Um, this is just me trying to wind down. I try to enjoy this, have fun with it, and so then I do try to enjoy myself. If you know what I mean? Yeah, man. This is usually just like to prepare for the NFL and prepare for my home leagues as well, like my redraft leagues with my friends and my buddies at work. So I am in 3 leagues. That is my cap. I don't try to do more than that. I'll probably get in 4, but once you get into 3, like plus you have a full-time job, plus you have a family, it just like it gets insane. Sorry, y'all. Let me show the draft board here. Geez, sorry, I'm just yapping it up. But yeah, it starts getting insane, right? So Um, surprised this guy here just takes Josh Allen at 41, like in 4th round, and then Lamar Jackson, pardon me, in round 5. It's not great. I mean, I did like his first 3 picks, but even with Derrick Henry, I feel like that was a reach. But again, like, and he has a badge. So like, if you don't know, these guys with badges obviously have experience. They're like experienced guys that have done hundreds, if not thousands, of drafts. Um, Here, as you can see, this guy that I really liked, he's highly experienced. Um, highly experienced. I'm surprised because he takes like 2 elite quarterbacks. Don't know why, but you know, these guys have done hundreds, if not thousands, of drafts, and or have won good money from these contests. So I try to count them to see like how many experienced people I'm drafting with. Sometimes they do some crazy stuff, and so I'm just like, man, you are like, are you sure you're experienced? But then again, they're probably drafting so many of these drafts that they just mess around and do like something different and hope to see like one of these may hit or hope one of those may hit. So for me, at least, I try to keep my draft balanced. Obviously, sometimes that doesn't always happen, but I'm not gonna go and do like four running backs or like four wide receivers. I at least try to get like a running back in there. I don't like taking tight end early, but I do try to have, and I am trying to get better with drafting a quarterback in these like early rounds so I don't fall too behind on quarterback. I tend sometimes to be like, I don't need a quarterback right now, but we'll see, man. So Jaden Daniels goes at pick 69. Joe Burrow goes. So Jalen Hurts is available and Makai Lemon is available. I like to stack them both. The thing with this is like I don't know. This guy would probably take Makai Lemon, and I don't know if he'll take Jalen Hurts. He doesn't have. He he may take Caleb Williams because he has Luther Burden. So I hope that happens, and I hope I could get. Yep, just like I imagine he does take Caleb Williams. So I'm taking Jalen Hurts for that stack with Makai Lemon. So loving this team so far. Have four wide receivers. I know I have two rookies, but with Carnell Tate, I don't see him as like I think I know he's a first round pick. I think he is not a rookie that you should be too concerned about as far as not getting the targets, not getting the volume. I think right away at week one he's gonna be like the probably the number one target in Tennessee. Probably Wandale Robinson, but again, you may have like yeah. So I'm thinking it should more than likely be Carnell Tate. Because Wanda Robinson, yes, I know he's a veteran, but I think Carnell Tate is the better wide receiver. So, all right, here, let me like so I never counted these badges here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, eight. I'm always most of the time in a room with like at least eight people with badges here. So, um, let me see if any team's kind of been looking crazy. Jaden Reed at 82. Justin Herbert. He pairs with Amari and Hampton, but there's not really stack here. I'm sure this guy would have probably taken Lamar Jackson here instead of Bucky, but to stack with Zay Flowers, but this guy for no reason took Lamar Jackson here. Um, Chris Godwin goes a pick 85. I'm like, okay, so this guy takes Trevor Lawrence, which makes sense. He takes the double stack with Brian Thomas and Parker Washington. Sam Laporta goes. Let's see. Alec Pierce goes. I know he's on the pup. So I may take one of these guys if they fall to me. I was gonna take Patrick Mahomes. I thought I took Rishi Rice, but I'm not gonna take Patrick Mahomes. Xavier Worthy seems like a great pick. Obviously, you guys know. If you guys don't know, Ricky Pearsall is hurt again, so it doesn't seem like a great pick. Sometimes, like I would have stacked these if I'm like in the one or in the two with Brock Purdy or Ricky Pearsall. That's like not an option for me anymore. I hope one of these running backs makes it to me. Not Blake Corum. I'm not a big fan. I know they say that he's going to take over the backfield, but I don't believe it. I think that Kyron Williams is still going to be the lead running back there. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like still learning how to like make my face or make this little block smaller. I don't know if I need to use an app or something. If you guys know, feel free to leave a comment if you guys are watching this. So this guy at three only has one running back. Rico Dotto goes, I was hoping he'd make it to me. I was going to say, this guy looks like he only has one running back, so I don't think he would have fallen to me. Kamananga is there, but again, Kamananga again. I don't want to fall too behind. Actually, J.K. Dobbins seems nice. I'm going to take Xavier Worthy here and probably take J.K. Dobbins on the way back. So I think I could get some running backs in these later rounds here. And if I was gonna say Patrick Mahomes goes, like I would have taken him. This guy kind of snipes me on J.K. Dobbins as well. So what a guy. Um, Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take Brock Purdy, and I hope I got him. I end up taking Kyle Malanga. So I was gonna take Brock Purdy. I am starting to like the rookie wide receiver from Deshaun Stribling from the 49ers. And I was gonna see if I could have been able to stack them or if I could have been able to get the tight end with George Kittle there. So Brock Purdy goes a pick after me, man. So like again, I don't want to fall too behind. I think I'll take my other quarterback here. I hope that you know what I was gonna say. I could take the stack with Ibuka and freaking Baker Mayfield, but Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts share the same bias, so that's not good. That is not good. I should have taken Brock Purdy there. Again, this is why we do these drafts to prepare for that $50 draft. So I'm gonna try to prepare like if I get the two in this next draft, the $50 one, like I am going to try to better like my picks. Like obviously I was gonna take Worthy. If Mahomes was gonna make it to me, I would take Mahomes, but if not, then I was gonna take J.K. Dobbins. But this guy at one just gets me with both picks that I was willing to take. So I was hoping he'd probably go with Kalman guy. He did not. And now we're stuck with a guy that do I love? I do not. I do not like Kalman guy. But I think he may have some decent weeks. I just don't know if he'll be liable for the majority. Like for example, like Rashad White, Kenneth Gainwell, I think are in the same tier as Kalman guy, and they're going like a full round later. You know what I mean? So yeah. Now I'm thinking I should have taken Brock Purdy, and I would have been able to get George Kittle if he would have fallen to me. So here I'm thinking, shit, do I want? So I keep forgetting I don't have Patrick Mahomes. Um, let's see who makes it to me, and then we'll see like who I'm able to get before I start counting my eggs here. So Golden goes. I've been hearing a lot of good things about Golden. I don't know if it's something that we should kind of start drafting. I don't think I have Golden. I probably have very, very little of them. Again, I've just started doing these best ball drafts this year, by the way. And so I've just been doing them for like the last 2 months, 3 months. Was it since like yeah, like May Baker Mayfield goes. So there goes like our chance to even getting him. George Kittle goes, which is like George Kittle is still available, which pisses me off. And what if I had taken Brock Purdy here? I would have been available. He more than likely probably would have been available to me here at 119. So again, learning experience. Don't take long. See, this guy got the stack. What a pick for you, buddy. I don't have anyone with Tyler Shug, but I don't like these. I don't want to get Kelsey. I think Tyler Shug is going to be a good QB, if I'm being honest. Plus, he shares a different buy. I don't want to fall too behind on QB, and I think I could get some. I think I could get Juwan Johnson later. Geez, I am on the clock again. Let me not fall. See, like I could have probably taken Cam Ward, if I'm being honest. I'm just going to take Chris Rodriguez and make sure have the dominant I dominate the backfield of Jacksonville with Tuden and Chris Rodriguez because you really don't know like who's gonna be the pass catching, who's gonna take on like the full role, right? I know they may share the role, but I know Turin is actually gonna take the full load, but or the most of the load, but you just don't know if Chris Rodriguez may actually have some viable weeks. Stephon Diggs goes at pick 124. Malik Willis goes. So let's see here. Starting to get a little serious here. So again, don't have any tight ends. I do have my second QB already, so I'm probably not going to take a QB for a while, unless maybe Cam Ward drops to me. Then I'm able to take like some tight ends later with like Gunnar Helm, Juwan Johnson, possibly. Um, well, let's see, right? Let's see who makes it to me. But I am pretty balanced right now. I do have 4 running backs, 5 wide receivers. Don't have any tight ends yet, but I haven't been able to get someone to like stack. I know Goddard's still available, but he's here. You know, Goddard's like okay to maybe like I think Gadsden could be better, and like he probably goes around later. So like to me, I know you could stack with Jalen Hurts, but then again, I do have like Kai Lemon. Like I'm not gonna force to stack if I don't love the tight end. Um, but let's look at Goddard's actually total 155. I mean, you know what I mean? So Travis Kelsey goes pick 134. I'm surprised this guy didn't take Travis Kelsey here. This guy has 5 running backs. Jeez. So he kind of fell behind on wide receiver, if I'm being honest. You know what? I forgot this guy had Rasheed Rice, and so I understand why he took Patrick Mahomes. But then after Patrick Mahomes, you take 3 running backs. So loved your team at first, but now it's starting to feel like I don't know, you have 5 running backs, but no wide receivers yet. And again, like with these contests is you definitely have to start 3 wide receivers, right? You still have the flex. So, possibly there's 4 wide receivers that could be starting. Um, or unless you have 3 solid running backs, then obviously you have your flex there. But again, trying to get wide receivers here. So here you could see I did take 4 in my first six. Um, so yeah, man, we'll see what is available here. Juwan Johnson's available. No, Dallas Goddard's there. Dallas Goddard actually goes, which I'm okay with. Helps me make my pick, if I'm being honest. Cam Ward is there. I know I have Cardinal Tate. I may be willing to take him. He does share a different buy than Jalen Hurts and Tyler Shug. People argue just like if you have a pretty decent quarterback, like someone that you take at the 4, at the 5. Although I did take Hurts at the 7, I do want to take a third quarterback just because one of these guys get hurt. When Jalen Hurts on the bye, like I don't want to be chasing it, right? I don't like again, this is best ball. Like you can't go like on your draft leagues that you come and you fix your leagues or go on to the waiver wire. This is not available. It's not available here. This is just like a salve. Goes like the best running backs, the best wide receivers go into your starting lineup here. So I'm taking Juwan Johnson just because I think he gives you the same floor, and I do want to pair at least someone with Tyler Shug. I don't have any wide receivers from New Orleans, so I do want to be able to have someone to stack with Tyler Shug here. Maybe a reach, obviously, because I think Gadsden is better. Brendan Strange may be okay. Again, with Brendan Strange, you're sharing the rock with so many people, right? You have Jacoby Myers, you have BTJ, you have Parker Washington, you have obviously the running backs that I have both of. So like Brendan Strange, I don't love. Hunter Henry, I feel will be about the same as Juwan Johnson. I think Juwan Johnson just gives you a better floor, if I'm being honest. Um, Gadsden goes. I pick 148. So I do like Gadsden. I think he's going a little late. Like I don't know why, to be honest, but um, yeah, I think the Chargers' offense with Mike McDaniel's is going to be a lot better this year. Hunter Henry goes. I pick 151. So I'm gonna uncheck Brendan Strange because obviously I'm not gonna take him. I'm done at QB. I do like to have it checked here because I like to see what the possibility of like some of these guys making it to me. Um, I'm probably not gonna take another running back to like my second to last pick. I think I took too many running backs already in my first 10, 11 picks. So again, I do want to take someone with a different week, by week of seven, right? Because these obviously two guys on the same team share the same bye. So Jonah Coleman goes at pick 159. Bryce Young goes at pick 160. So let's see who would possibly be available. To like Tree Tucker. I am going to try to get some tight ends here. I may have to just reach on Gunnar Helm. Um, I do like Greg Dulcich. The thing is, like, I think I am just gonna take Gunnar Helm and then take Eli Stowers in the second and last round, and just have the stack with each one of my quarterbacks with their tight ends. Again, Eli Stowers, I think is a great prospect. I think eventually by like week 7, he is gonna come in, take a bigger role. Um, Dallas Goddard is hurt, so I do like Greg Dulcich though. I'm not even lying. So if Denzel Boston makes it to me, I'll take Denzel Boston. Obviously, Trey Tucker goes, so he was one that I kind of highlighted. Um, if Denzel Boston goes, I don't want to take Alvin Kamara is here. I do have Tyler Shug. Alvin Kamara was kind of splitting the reps on the thing. If I take Alvin Kamara, that is it. Like if this guy takes Denzel Boston, Tank Bixby goes. So here's the thing. I'm taking Denzel Boston is in a worse offense, but Alvin Kamara is hurt. Denzel Boston has fallen, so I am taking Denzel Boston. Denzel Boston fell, was that 13 picks? His ADP is 155. He fell 12 picks, and we picked him at a pick 167. So I'm happy I took Denzel Boston. Alvin Kamara is more than likely still going to be on available, which he is. But again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm fine taking Gunnar Helm. I want to take the stacking option. And with Gunnar Helm, I really think he is going to pop off this year. I think he is going to break out this year. Um, Again, you guys know the strategy I was trying to go with. I'm going to try to stick with it. And so let's see it through, right? I'm not going to try to get Alvin Kamara my fifth running back when I possibly need help on my tight end in my tight end room. Plus, I don't have anyone to stack with Tyler Shuck. I'm sorry, with actually I do. I have Carnell Tate, but now with Gunnar Helm, I have that second stacking option. So even like with this Kalmananga pick that I don't love, I feel like I should have taken Brock Purdy there. I could possibly taken George Kittle here. I wouldn't have taken Tyler Shug here. I sure I would have possibly taken Chris Rodriguez here. Um, Possibly would have taken Kelmore here. Definitely not taking Juwan Johnson if I didn't have Tyler Shug. So I could possibly have taken maybe Gadsden or yeah, Gadsden. You know what I mean? So, I'm trying to see like what I could have done differently and um what I would have done better. But yeah, for sure, this Kamananga pick I should have smashed on Brock Purdy as my second QB. But from what I have now, I still don't hate it. I actually think this is a pretty good team. Um, Obviously, Nico Collins is great wide receiver. Ikbuka, I think he's gonna break out year two. Um, I think Ikbuka may be like another JSN, another like baby JSN year this 2026 or this new year. If I'm being honest. Um, So yeah, man, Greg Dulcich is available. I do like him. I think he is going to be the number one target in his team. Let's see. I do know I want to take one more wide receiver. I do know I want to take one more tight end, and I do want to take one more running back here. So did Eli Stowers go? I don't think he did. Yeah, he's all the way down here. So I am more than likely possibly taking Mike Washington here, and then Eli Stowers, and then just taking one more wide receiver at my last pick. Um, Although I could take Dontavian Wicks and have another stack with Jalen Hurts, but again, it's tough when you already have two wide receivers with a week 10 bye. So Jordan Blue goes, Fernando Mendoza goes. I pick 180, 188. So let's see. Yeah, Dontavian Wicks goes anyways. Um, I was kind of hope I am liking on the Eli Stowers. I might just go with Mike Washington here. Obviously, Jordan James is hurt. I think he broke his ribs. Am I on the clock now? Not yet. I wish Dontavian Wicks would have fallen. Um, Greg Dulcich is available. Do I take him? I am taking him. I'm not taking Eli Stowers. I am just fine taking Greg Dulcich. I think what Greg Dulcich, he is the tight end one in his team. Eli Stowers is still playing behind Dallas Goddard. So, I do have three tight ends that are the starters in their teams. So I'm fine taking them. Like also he fell, right? You guys can't see here, but his ADP was 178. I got him at pick 191. It's hard to pass him up. It is hard to pass him up there. So with my last pick, I'm taking wide receiver, and you could see I am pretty balanced here. Do have three QB, five running backs, six wide receivers, three tight ends. At the end of it, I am gonna have the seventh wide receiver. And let's see here. Chris Brazil's hurt. We're not gonna take him. As you guys know, this is Chris Brazil is hurt here. You guys can feel free to read, but yeah, Brazil's set to miss 8 weeks. But when I would take Tedero McMillan, I would sometimes take Bryce Young to stack him with, and I would take Chris Brazil as like one of my last picks to have the other stacking option, right? But now he's gonna miss 8 weeks, so that sucks. So now I'm just interested in wide receivers here. Obviously Valet, because I think he is Taekwon Thornton went. Jeez. So Vela is in New Orleans. He may be one of the only one wide receivers. I just don't think he's good, if I'm being honest. He may just give you 1 week as a starter. I feel like there's other people here like Keishawn Booty that could give you more weeks. So we see. So if Keishawn Booty goes, I will more than likely go with Vele. Who else do I have here? I have Cam Ward. There's no Tennessee Titans here, but again, New Orleans is the better offense. Uh, DK is there, but again, New Orleans is the better offense. So I'm taking one of those guys if they make it to me. I might just go with Vele just for the stacking, and then maybe, just maybe, one of the games, if Jalen Hurts is hurt or when he's on his bye, that day, week 10, Tyler Shug just goes nuts and he just throw Keishon Boutte goes. So, like I said, sure, Franklin goes. I picked 211. So let me see if Chris Bell goes. Again, I think Chris Bell is actually hurt. I would take him to when I would get the quarterback from Miami. Malik Willis. Come on, man. Who are you going with? All right. So we're taking Devon Bailey. Obviously, I know he's facing some serious competition there, but more than likely, most of these guys like Lane, Chris Bell, Franklin, Keenan Allen is unsigned, so I don't know how that goes. Like, obviously, these guys, you're not like thinking that they're gonna obviously take on. So, let's hop into the other draft. I know towards the end, do an analysis of all the guy of like the team, but I think that kind of prepared us for the chow chow. Um, let's. I'm gonna open this up because we're just gonna go based off of this tab. Let's see how many people are in here. Sometimes when it's like a $50, $100 one, takes a while to like fill up. So I know there's 4 people winning still. So what I like to, we're just gonna analyze these teams here. The one that we just completed, like for the $3 one, before we get into that the chow chow. So funny to say it. So um, I know these projections don't matter, but I do love to see them. I do love to compare how I track against the other teams, and so let's just see. Like I'm projected I have 3,000. Let's see if anyone else just kind of is close to see like this guy obviously has close to 3,029. So let's look at this team. Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price. 2 rookies as his running back 1 and 2. That is tough. Like I don't love it. Do like Jadarian Price. I mean, obviously Jeremiah Love, who doesn't love him, but that's tough. Do like his wide receivers with JSN and Drake London. Don't love this team if I'm being quite honest. I feel like even maybe possibly like this guy with Joe Burrow and Brock Purdy, Jamar Chase, Pickens, like that might seem better. So still waiting on 4 other people. Let's just look at some of these teams here. Like this guy that took Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Like now I get it. He just like went with 2 elite quarterbacks and was done. Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Kenneth Gainwell, Sean Tucker. But then again, like he doesn't go with any of the guys to stack them with, right? Like you go with 2 elite quarterbacks, but you don't have no stacking options here. Like you don't even get Kincaid. Sorry, you guys can't see this, but he takes Kenyon Sadiq as his tight ends, T.J. Hawkinson, and Mike Gesicki. So again, no stacking. Um, so we're still waiting for 2 other people here. I'm just looking at some of these teams. Yeah, man. Like I like my team. I do like this team. I think this team is actually going to advance if I'm looking at the other teams. But I've been wrong before. I've been wrong a lot, and I don't like it. I don't like that I'm always wrong. But yeah, man. So like to kind of summarize this draft and kind of be done with this one, and then I'm just gonna explain what the other contest is. But QB1, Jalen Hurts, QB2, Tyler, and QB3, Cam Ward. So I think with these two, obviously they're coming in as in their second year. I think it may be like another Drake May, possibly could be more with Tyler Shug, but Cam Ward did show after week 10 last year, did show so like he was a decent QB. And then you add Carnell Tate in that formula, and I think it can be a lot better. Obviously, Gunnar Helm as well. I think again, this may be his breakout year, so I do like it. So and that other contest filled up already. So again, those are my QBs, wide receivers: Collins, Ekboka, Tate, Makai Lemon, Worthy, Boston, Devon Bailey. Don't love Bailey pick, but it is what it is. Running backs: B. Robinson, Bishal Tuden, Kamanangai, Chris Rodriguez, Mike Washington. So not too bad, y'all. All right, let's go into that other one here. And we're gonna close this one out. We finished that. We are pick 7, y'all. We are pick 7. Look at how many badges are in here. Jesus. I think I am the only one without a badge, and I don't like that. Do not like that one bit. But we are gonna try our best. Jameer Gibbs goes at pick 1. Figures. Bijan Robinson goes at pick 2. Let's like I need to take this seriously, right? And I'll explain it really quick. More than likely, these picks are going to be the same here. Like, I don't think that's going to change much. But let me show you guys really quick this contest before we are on the clock. So the Chow Chow, $50 entry. Obviously, you're drafting with 12 guys. Hold on, I am one pick away. Let's see who would. Someone with. Yeah, I'm going with one of these guys. Whoever does not go. Sometimes like someone will take someone from up here, and now I'm stuck. Like, who do I take? So, Amon Ra. I love it because Amon Ra St. Brown gives you the safe floor. I know Christian McCaffrey, he was RB1 last year, but he's injury prone, you know? So let me explain that contest really quick and then just be done with it. Obviously, $50 entry, kind of tough, right? When you're not like a baller or something like that. But what I like about this, it's a 58 seat final, so it's like good chances. What I don't love is like I'm in a room full of experienced guys, so I just gotta be the top two to advance, and then you obviously like 2 out of 8 after that 14 weeks, 2 out of 8 advance, and then 2 out of 8, and then you're in a 58 seat final. But what I love about this, obviously, like if you get first place, which it's high, it's very likely compared to like the other contests that are there. Sorry, I'm like 5 picks away. Um, So it's very likely you could win $50,000 if you make it to the final alone. Top 58 people, they make $555. So you 10x your money, right? So very, very good. More, this is more of a possibility for this to happen compared to like the other contests, like when you're doing the $3, the $5, the $1 league contest. I mean, like AJ Brown goes. So I think we're able to take Chase Brown here. I am going to take him over Devon Achan. He is in the better offense. Obviously, with Miami, you know he is in the bottom 5 offense. So glad Chase Brown made it to me already in a balanced draft so far. So I am liking it so far with my pick 1 and 2. Again, we gotta take this draft very seriously. $50 draft. Don't want to make mistakes. You know, this isn't like the $1 ones, the $3 ones. So um, some of these people obviously like they do these drafts. Like these guys that have probably won thousands of money already. They like or they just do this for a living. Obviously, like this is nothing to them, but for me, it's just like on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? Just throwing $50 when I'm already doing these other drafts every day. It's kind of like it starts adding up. You know what I mean? Especially when you got a kid. So so yeah, man. Like let me just confirm how many badges are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I am the only one without a badge. So and then like with these guys, like these guys have the emerald ones, like super experienced ones, right? Oh, the diamond one. Sorry, I thought that was the diamond one. Like this guy has the diamond one. Um, yeah, like these guys are just going nuts. You know, I think that maybe the silver one's not that. Then there's the gold. When I get the things here, so we'll see, man. Like the fact that I'm able to take the safe flow with St. Brown, I love. And the fact that I was able to get Chase Brown here because this guy took AJ Brown, I do love as well. So Ibuka goes. I was kind of hoping Ibuka would have made it to me. If again, I'm trying to go with the floor. Did Neighbors go already? Neighbors actually went. That is insane. So I'm on the fence. Do I go with Chris Olave or do I go with Terrell McMillan? I know Chris Olave is holding out. Um, I might just go with Kyron Williams. I am on the board here. Let me just see if I can just quick. So Chris Olave's he's sitting out team drills, right? Um, I'm fine taking Kyron Williams here. I do like to go, regardless. I do like to go with my like double hero RB, anyways. The thing with that is like I could have probably taken Scatterbo on the way back. Tedero McMillan falls to me. I would be like chef's kiss. So don't like the Chris Olave news. I just read that recently. The fact that he's holding out for his contract, I don't love that. Like I do think he's a great wide receiver, but I don't like that he's holding out. So I'm fine taking Kyron Williams there. Another one I do love is Terrell McMillan. I was debating there again with these contests. You do have to start three wide receivers, so the wide receivers do tend to be a little more important. Like this guy here, that has Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Ibuka. Great start, I think, but again, he's not very balanced. Same thing with these guys at the end. Like I would have taken some wide receivers here. Um, so far, I am liking that I am somewhat balanced here. This guy 11 just takes four running backs back to back to back to back. That is insane. So I, I'm fine with it. I am fine with it. Garrett Wilson goes, I am getting close to getting the guy that I really want. And if this guy doesn't take him, more than likely this guy may not because he already has three wide receivers. So I am scared right now. Josh Allen goes. So guys, Terrell McMillan goes, geez, man. What a guy. What a guy, man. I would have been so excited if he would have fallen to me. I would have been so excited. I am not liking that. Yes, with these running backs, I'm more than likely not taking another running back to round 9 or 10, if I'm being honest. It just sucks. If Terrell, I think he just probably went for the value as well. But this guy, man, if Ted would have fallen to me, that would have been just lovely. That would have been great. Um, I know Terry McLaurin seems great, but he does get hurt. Between him and Cam Scatterbo, I think Cam Scatterbo will give me more points if I'm being honest. So let's see here. I hope one of these guys makes it to me. I do like these guys as well with Roma Dunze or Carnell Tate. So I don't think I'm in a bad spot, but I do want to take some wide receivers in the next few rounds. And again, like I mentioned on the last draft, I don't want to take QB late, especially in this one. Like I don't want to have to take Cam Ward as my first QB, right? That's happened in that $1 drafts. Like I was just frustrated because those drafts were just screwing me up, right? those drafts were just screwing me out. People were reaching, people were just like doing things that they don't normally do. But again, I think people are just kind of messing with it. So messing with like just because they're $1, just like it's a dollar draft. Um, but all right, guys, like I definitely need to take a wide receiver here. Again, I try to go with a balanced draft. I don't feel very balanced right now. I have three running backs. I don't have the like if this was three wide receivers, one running back, I would have probably preferred that. I know I have these guys right now, and I should have probably taken Terry McLaurin. So I have Carnell Tate over Roma Dunze. Um, and again, I hope maybe Roma Dunze makes it to me. Maybe he doesn't. He does not. Makai Lemon's available. Don't want to reach on him, but if I would have taken Terry McLaurin here, could have possibly taken maybe a running back here or even Carnell Tate. And then I would have probably taken Jaden Daniels here and had the stacking option with Terry McLaurin and Jaden Daniels. So do I want to take one of these guys? Not really. Again, I have St. Brown. I could probably take Jared Goff sometime later. Again, I don't want to get too late. I don't want to be too late taking him. But let's see what happens here. I am maybe starting to beat myself up for instead of Kyron Williams or Scatterboo. I just wish Terrell McMillan would have made it to me. So, all right, let's get past it and let's try to do a great team here. Again, let's shoot for the upside. Let's shoot for the stars. Jordan Tyson goes, so there's no point of checking him. I don't want to take another running back to Darian Price. I know he's available, but do I take BTJ? I haven't taken him. I have not drafted BTJ. I think I drafted him in one league. BTJ goes, so I'm not taking BTJ. I don't want to take a running back. My next best wide receiver is Makai Lemon. I'm gonna take him. I don't like that I have two rookies right now, but it's fine, I guess. I don't like I mentioned in the last draft. I think Carnell Tate will actually be ready to go by week one. With Makai Lemon, I don't know. Like, yes, he'll be running routes, but will he be like part of the offense getting the targets? I don't think so until like maybe week three, maybe week four, but you just don't know, right? So we'll see what happens, y'all. We'll see what happens. Quentin Johnson makes it to me. Like again, I don't want to take running backs right now. I'm not thinking about running backs. But I mean, Alec Pierce. Do I go with Alec Pierce? I'd rather take Quentin Johnson. I guess I'll take another running back now that I'm like 3-3. So this guy's more than likely taking Jalen Hurts here because he does have Devontae Smith. Yeah, knew it. And this guy stacks Caleb Williams with Luther Burden. Makes sense. I'm surprised. Maybe this guy didn't want to reach on Drake May, but I'm surprised this guy with AJ Brown didn't take Drake May. Oh, well, he took Lamar Jackson to stack with Zay Flowers, so that makes sense. So we'll see, y'all. Like, I'm starting to look at some of these other guys, and most of them already have their QBs except for this guy, which is actually do love his wide receiver room with Puka Nakua and Drake London, but Quentin Johnson makes it to me. Quentin Johnson makes it to me. And he does. Let's go. I'll take him. I will take Quentin Johnson. I would love to take him. Why not? And Justin Herbert, if you make it to me, that'd be lovely, dude. But if you don't, I understand. So, um, what I'm gonna do on this next pick, I may just take Sam Laporta and make it less interesting for people to not take Jared Goff. The thing is to force. Like I think I could get Jared Goff at this round 9 here. Justin Herbert goes, so that there goes my thought process of taking him. Thing with Sam Laporta, is he ready to? Like, is he gonna be fine? So again, we know that the Detroit Lions are gonna be top 5 offense, I think. So why not just bet on that? Again, I have St. Brown. If I take Laporta, I will have the double stack if I'm able to take Jared Goff here. And if I do take Sam Laporta rather than one of these guys taking him, it makes Jared Goff less interesting for these guys since they don't have that second option. So I think we're gonna go with that strategy here. Again, we do need a tight end anyways. So we'll see how that goes. Now it's hard to like get Laporta over Tucker Craft. I know Tucker Craft looked great last year. I know he was hurt, but again, I do also like Brock Purdy. Maybe I could have gone Brock Purdy and Jared Goff, but I am going with the Detroit offense and see where that gets me. So, do I love my team? I don't, but I do like my team, if that makes sense. So, again, I think these guys, I hope they don't try to read me and understand like what I'm trying to do. This guy with Jameson Williams, if he takes Jared Goff, like he doesn't have a QB. Like I know he took Brock Purdy, but he may look to take a second QB. But for him, it makes more sense for him to take Matthew Stafford than Jared Goff, right? Yeah, Matthew Stafford is there. So did I reach on Laporta? But man, he had a great rookie year. Great rookie year. So Kenneth Gainwell goes. This guy takes back to back running backs. Alec Pierce goes. You know, Jackson Dart is also interesting. Michael Pittman goes. I pick 99. Blake Chrome goes. I pick 100. So even though I did say like Carnell Tate, Makai Lemon are both rookies, you don't want to really be taking a lot of rookies, but both of them great picks. Obviously, both first day pick, first day draft picks. So I am taking Jared Goff here. Honestly, I could possibly take Dart and be able to take Goff here, but again, I don't want to risk it, especially on something like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my guy. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my guy. I don't wanna risk it here and not be able to take and miss out on Jared Goff. I'm just gonna be pissed. I'm just gonna be upset. So, you know, yeah. So fine taking Jackson Dart there. I did reach a little bit, but it's okay. Maybe one of these guys fall to me. But I do have the double stacking option, obviously, with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta. So I set that up, I think, pretty nicely. What scares me is with this, with this one here, especially. Like I know this guy has two. These three guys have three keys, but this guy does not. Um, I'm surprised this guy takes Bo Nix. Like Jared Goff, if Jackson Dart makes it to me, I'll be super happy because that's someone I would have been considering taking anyways. Casey comes and Sion goes, I pick 109. Like, and if Jackson Dart actually goes here, like I just gotta get past this guy because all these Jackson Dart goes. So Again, Jackson Dart. Yeah, I just didn't want to risk it, man. I just didn't want to risk it. This guy would have probably taken Jared Goff here. Um, do I want to take Matthew Stafford? Not really. Like I think I could take Wandale Robinson and just have the Tennessee offense. I know that, like I said earlier, I might be scared that the rookies may not be ready. Um, so building report with Ward. I saw that. If you saw that note, so I'm fine taking Wandale Robinson. Like although I do have Kyron Williams, I'm like it's not a stacking. It's not an official stack with Matthew Stafford. Like on the way back, I think I could get Cam Ward up at round 12. So I mean, we'll see, right? Do I love that I'm betting on like the Tennessee offense? Not really. But again, like I know they are projected to be better than last year, so whatever the case may be, I'll take it. They may be playing from behind a lot. They may be tossing the ball a lot. This guy takes Stafford to stack with Devontae Adams. Um, so the thing with Goff compared to Dart, I think Dart may give you the running upside, but I did have Laporta. I did have St. Brown. Like I am fine taking Jared Goff. I just didn't want to risk it, right? I was like, I could have possibly risked taking Dart and then hoping that Goff would have made it to me, but that was not a guarantee. So, um, so let's see here. I am stuck. I don't know who I'm going to take here. Yeah, I'm maybe okay taking Chris Rodriguez here, and then get Cam Ward on the way back. Yeah, so I'm taking Chris Rodriguez. Tyler Shug is also a great option. I think he is going to be great this year. I just don't have any New Orleans players. Chris Rodriguez, it does have a different buy than the guys that I currently have. Do I do like Tyrell Tracy here? But it's fine. Now let's just hope Cam Ward makes it to me. So this guy at 9 just sniped the guy with he takes Isaiah Likely. I feel like this guy was probably hoping he'd get Likely on this pick here. So this guy that takes Shug makes sense, right? To stack with Jordan Tyson. So come on, man, who are you taking? Jake Ferguson goes. Shug could have actually been a great pick here. I should have I should have taken Shug here. Now that I'm thinking it, just because Shahid goes, my second QB is going to be Cam Ward, bottom 6 offense. Um, like, you know what I mean? I do like Shug. Again, I don't have anyone to stack. I keep taking Shug. I think he's probably like my most drafted player in all the leagues that I have. But Malik Willis is there. Malik Willis seems like a better pick. I'm just taking Cam Ward because I do have Carnell Tate and I do have Wandale Robinson. I could possibly get Gunnar Helm on another pick. Um, but yeah, man, like, do I love these? I just maybe I could taken Tyler Shug here, and I would have been fine having Shug and Cam Ward as my QB 2 and 3, and I would have been okay. I'm done. Um, so, but then again, that probably would have pushed this guy to take someone else. You know, I don't know. Maybe I may be overthinking it. I do have Jared Goff. He's a great QB, but sometimes it may just be like a running game type of offense for the Detroit Lions. But we'll see, man. So, Cam Ward, I hope you come through for me, bud. I hope you come through for me. Again, I did like I don't want to wait too long to take QBs because I didn't want this to happen. Hi, I'm just gonna probably do another one of these. Not today, but I'm gonna have to do one of these to kind of redeem myself here. So Stribling goes. He's kind of been coming up. He goes up at 4. I think he's a great pick. Um, I didn't really see was his like ADP or anything like that. So what I can possibly do is Sam Darnold may make it to me. I just don't have anyone else to do. If I'm able to, if I take Trey Tucker here, like Juwan Johnson's here, I could have possibly taken Tyler Shug and stacked them with Juwan Johnson. I would have been okay with that. Jeez. I think so. You live and you learn, right? So instead of the Chris Rodriguez, if you're trying to follow my draft, go with Tyler Shug. Just go with Tyler Shug. And I would have been super happy just having Shug, Cam Ward as my QB 2 and 3. Like Chris Rodriguez, how much value is he gonna bring, right? Like, be honest. Like, how much value is he really gonna bring? Uh, so I'm like beating myself up for this pick. I just like I was scared. I was more of like, I'm gonna be able to take Cam Ward, but um, now I'm taking Trey Tucker to hopefully get Fernando Mendoza in one of the later picks. So we'll see if it happens. But yeah, I would have really preferred Shug and Ward, QB 2 and 3, and I would have been happy. But yeah, man, I think that Chris Rodriguez pick was a very bad. Like this guy takes Juwan Johnson to stack with Tyler Shug, which I don't hate. Like, kudos to him, right? Um, his team's okay. Do prefer my team. Again, like I always tell myself, don't fall too behind on the QB, on the QB points, but it ends up happening. Especially if I take Chase Brown, Kyrie Wynn. If I take 3 running backs in my first 4 picks or my first 5 picks, why not be secure with your quarterback points, right? Don't fall too behind on quarterback points. So it's the reason why it's something I try to tell myself. It was a mistake. I think so. So yeah, man, we'll see. I don't know who to take here. I just kind of froze. I was just on a rant. Um, I don't want to take another running back. Do have 6 wide receivers. At what point do you just take Ricky Pearsall? You know what? I messed up on that pick. Again, I should have probably taken Fernando Mendoza because I was trying to get Gunnar Helm, and Fernando Mendoza and Gunnar Helm are very close. But again, this guy has 3 tight ends, 2-2-2. This guy, so even if Fernando Mendoza makes it to me, more than likely Gunnar Helm may not make it back. So I should have probably just reached on Mendoza and been done at QB. Again, I was talking so much crap about not having quarterback points here, but we'll see, man. Again, I am not liking it. I am beating myself up for falling behind on QB points. Ah, jeez, man. Should have taken Mendoza here. I know it's a reach, but I would have been just comfortable with my reach and then taking Gunnar Helm here. So if Fernando Mendoza goes, I'll just take Gunnar Helm to have the stack with Cam Ward. Um, but again, this is $50 draft, right? Somebody like these guys are experienced. Like they're not going to be reaching one round later when they could possibly get them in this round here. So um, again, I actually am seeing like these QBs fall a little here, so I might be able to take Gunnar Helm. I'll take Greg Dulcich. I think he is going to be the number one target in his team. I'm already at 7 wide receivers. Whoa. I usually take wide receiver in my last round because I think there is some value there. I do just have one tight end. I know that. Not great. Fernando Mendoza goes. So there you go, guys. Most of my picks there. Do I go with Bryce Young? Chris Brazil is obviously hurt. And Rogers goes. Bryce Young goes. So I am possibly the only one with two QBs. So except for these guys, but he has two QBs with Drake May and Baker Mayfield. This guy as well with Jalen Hurts and Matthew Stafford. So I am stuck with Cam Ward and Jared Goff. I don't love it. I'm not taking Geno Smith. Don't give me Geno Smith. Don't give me that shit. Jacoby Brissett, I guess. Ugh, it's just horrible, man. Horrible. What I'm hoping here is just Jared Goff just carries me literally throughout the whole year, except for week 6, obviously, because he has a bye. So if Cam Ward just helps me out, if he just does is a decent QB, just do me a favor, dude. Do me a solid. You guys can't see this pick, so Jeremy Bernard goes at pick 181. Again, like these guys, Kate Auden goes at pick 182. Again, like I was mentioning, like, dude, Greg Dulcich has the same buy as Sam Laporta, so I don't even know if I should take him. TJ Hawkinson as well. Now, do I only go to QBs? I don't love it. I don't love it. Um, I'm on the board. This is not beautiful, y'all. This is not beautiful. So here's the thing: Greg Dulcich has fallen. I'm just going to take him. If Mike Washington falls to me over here, I am taking Mike Washington, and I'll just take Shondor Sanders as my last pick, and hope for the best. Not loving this draft in these later rounds, guys. Like after the Chris Rodriguez pick, that screwed me up. That really screwed me up. I think I was more concentrating on like after taking Waddell Robinson, like I was so fixated on getting Cam Ward because obviously I have Carnell Tate and Waddell Robinson. Like I'm gonna go after those guys, but forget that just like because I already took those two guys, it's just like less interesting for the other guys, right? So more than likely, I could have possibly taken Shug here and gotten Cam Ward here. If I didn't take Cam Ward, I could have taken Malik Willis. So that is a shame on me. That is, I don't want to say heartbreaking, but that is frustrating on my end. Um, yeah, yeah. After the Chris Rodriguez pick, I think that kind of fell off. I mean, the thing is that it was round 11, right? But man, um, Jacoby Brissett may be available, so I might just take him. I might just take Jacoby Brissett, and on my last round, the Singleton. So I guess not too bad. I just don't have a stack with Jacoby Brissett, but I'm figuring like I took him in my second and last round, so what the heck, right? He agrees to a new deal, so he may be a decent quarterback. I don't know. I'll take Brissett here. He was actually pretty decent last year, so don't have anyone to stack him with, but hope Mike Washington falls to me. If he does not, I am fine taking Nicholas Singleton. So I think the only place I lack or the position I am not happy on is the obviously you guys know quarterback because my running backs are decent. Well, Chris Rodriguez, I am hating that pick so much right now. I should go with Shark, and then I would have taken Cal Moore, and instead of Tucker, I would have taken Joan Johnson. So I hate that I'm realizing it in this draft, this $50 one, but I guess you live and you learn. So it's funny that these guys are taking Tua and Penix. That is hilarious. Obviously, they needed 30 Bs. I guess they're hoping they probably would have gotten Brissett, but that is so funny. I'm glad I'm not these guys at least. Um, at least this guy has like Trevor Lawrence and Jackson Dart, right? Both give you. Daniel Jones is hurt, so obviously like this guy on the clock. So Mike Washington is there, which he is. I'm taking him over Nicholas Hilton just because he is in the Clint Kubiak offense. So I'm fine taking him. I know that Nicholas Singleton is in the Tennessee Titans, but I think I took too many Tennessee Titans already. I'm not gonna. And then Nicholas Singleton is the third running back in his team, where Mike Washington is in the Clint Kubiak offense, where he does love to use two running backs, as you saw in Seattle. So I don't hate my team. I just hate that I fell behind in QB at QB, and I literally said it before starting the draft: don't fall too behind on quarterback, and I just let it happen. So this guy just has two QBs with Brock Purdy and Fernando Mendoza. So good luck to him. Um, you know, you compare Brock Purdy and Jared Goff, they're about. I like Brock Purdy more than I like Jared Goff. If I'm being honest. Don't love my QB room, but I guess it is what it is, right? Guess it is what it is. So there is the draft, y'all. Let me just recap with my QBs. I have Jared Goff, Cam Ward, and Jacoby Brissett. Not great. Two of my QBs are bottom six offense. Not good at all. Obviously, possibly the worst offense with Arizona. Um, and obviously, Cam Ward is in bottom 10 offense. So, not good. On the flip side, though, Jared Goff is in the top five offense. So, that is good. But The problem with that is that Jameer Gibbs maybe actually be taking the majority of the floor points or the points on the floor, right? Jameer Gibbs will give you 40 fantasy points, but obviously scores like 3, 4 rushing touchdowns, and Jared Goff does nothing. So, not great. Um, Wide receivers, Raw, Carnell Tate, Makai Lemon, Quinn Johnston, Wanda Robinson, Trey Tucker, Antonio Williams. Meh. Do like my top four are okay. Now that I'm looking at this team, I do not love it. I'm not liking this team. Running backs, Chase Brown, Kyron Williams, Scottaboo, Chris Rodriguez, and Mike Washington. Okay, running back room. I like my running back room. Not bad. But do I love my team? I do not. Let's look at who did I like to start off. I think everyone's pretty even. I'm being honest here. Maybe this guy. Yeah, I do like this guy at 3. With Jamar Chase, Nico Collins at Buka, Michael Wilson, Pittman Jr. I don't know, Mitchell. No, I don't actually. I mean, I do like his first 5 picks, 6, but instead of Michael Wilson, I would have taken Alec Pierce. As you know, I like to look at the projections. I know they don't mean crap, but why the hell not? Let's compare. I am at 28.73. Not great, y'all. This guy's at 29.66. Bijan, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Dylan Sampson, Sean Tucker. Wide receivers Malik Neighbors, George Pickens, Luther Burden, Alec Pierce, Jalen Higgins, Jalen McMillan, Malik Washington. Tight ends Tucker Craft, Dalton Schultz, Colby Parkinson. 2056. This guy has 29.59. He has Patrick Mahomes, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young. Running backs CMC, Devon A. Chan, Quentin Jenkins, Jadarian Price, Jalen Waddle, Jalen Reed, Jacoby Myers, Romeo Dobbs, Omar Cooper, Ricky Pearsall, Tank Dell, Ted Hurst. Don't Elijah Sarah. Don't love his wide receiver room, but makes sense because he took 9. And tight ends Trey McBride, Travis Kelce. So not too bad. Um, but this guy has very low projections. Wonder why? Because he takes 9 running backs. That's insane. Um, so we know we'll be beating that guy. So it seems like everyone is not too crazy. 28. So it seems like pretty balanced. Didn't love the draft. I feel like I could have done some things better. Again, after that Chris Rodriguez pick, instead of Chris Rodriguez, I would have taken the Tyler Shug, and I've been a lot happier with my quarterback room. Instead of Rodriguez, would have taken Tyler Shug. Cam Ward would have been great. Instead of Tucker Craft, I would have taken Juwan Johnson as my second tight end. Antonio Williams would have been okay here. It would have been actually pretty good. Gunnar Helm. Instead of Greg Dulcich, I would have taken possibly Malik Washington. And then instead of Brissett, I would have possibly taken maybe another wide receiver, or I would have possibly taken Mike Washington if I'm not even lying. And then on my last pick, would have taken one of the tight end, or one of the wide receivers. So again, that's what I would have done differently. Probably been projected to be better. I think so in my eyes, and so um, I would have been a lot happier with my draft. But there you guys have it. I hope this at least advances the next couple rounds and make that money back, or not get to the playoffs and make some money. More than likely, going to be doing this one again. I hope it doesn't fill up. It has been filling up pretty quickly, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. Or if you guys watch this later on, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see, what you want to hear, all that good stuff. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. Peace.